Hey guys, Phil from Home with me back to do another R10 video. I did hit the range yesterday with the GC2 HMT and the R10. It was a windy day, which is damn annoying, but it enabled me to test, a lot of different shots and the ball flights, and some things were very good. I still saw some opposite spin axis issues, and even though it was a severe left to right wind, I was able to hit draws that actually went through the wind, so clearly continued drawing left, and was able to see some readings where the GC2 picked it up with a lot of draw and the R10 was showing a fade, which is simply not possible for that ball flight given the conditions and what I hit. So it was a useful exercise, but I need to go and do it again with two iPads to be able to record the data and display it better. What I'm going to do is put it all in a table and I'll post that in a separate video. This video is about watching the swing recording within the Garmin app. When I did the last video, which was driving a 3-wood, I did ask what do people want to see, and someone commented. Of the comments I saw, a lot of people have commented, good and bad, but of the comments I saw, someone said, can I show the video recording in the app? So happy to do so. What it means is you actually set your phone up, in my case an iPhone 11 Pro, that I'm running the Garmin Golf app, and when I hit the shot, it will automatically record the video and I can go back and look at that and compare to the data. Obviously, like I've got side cameras and rear cameras, you can do that using other software. So I don't know how useful, but if you are at the range, you set your phone up and you do want to work on numbers and you see something strange, you can go back and look at the video. Let me show you how that's done. First thing, again, just talking through the layout, I've got the GC2 HMT data there in the middle, grey background, white writing. That's purely, while I'm doing this, I may as well show some data. People like to see data. Without further ado, let me click on driving range. When I start the driving range, you've got all the different views. By dragging to the right, you can get the different views. I'll show those after a shot. If I drag to the left, that would be where the camera preview would be. On the icons at the bottom, you see the line. That's the menu that brings up the battery and things like that. Session stats, you can go back and look at your stats. And I'll show that as well because I haven't shown that before. Second icon in is the video. Hello, turn that on. Turn on swing capture. Oh, get the cap right. And now that the swing capture is there, when I hit my shot, it'll capture the swing. Now, as I say, I've had my swing critiqued over WX golfers by all obviously the scratch golfers over there that don't ever make mistakes. I would take them down on a simulator round, no problem, maybe. Without further ado, 7-9 being hit. That's a slicey one, that's a pushy one. Again, it's not really about comparing the data, but I will do. I was still seeing lower launch angles. I'm curious how that's going to show. So that's how the ball flight appears, pretty straight on the R10. You've got that view to the right where you can go in and actually see the kind of more visual view of it. Launch direction 1.4 right, GC2 1.2 right, very similar. Launch angle, which I tend to see lower on the R10, 17.5 and 20.1. For this test, I've actually got the R10 tripod sitting on the floor. The floor is 4 centimeters below the surface of the mat because the mat's 4 centimeters thick. The manual states if you've got a mat, sit it down. I think it said on the floor, but make sure the unit is above the mat. So even though the bottom of the tripod is lower than the mat surface, the unit itself is well above it. The tripod must be, I haven't measured it, must be, let me measure it now for those that care. I do have a tape measure lying around, so I tidied it up a moment ago. Here it is. The actual height at the bottom of the Garmin is roughly 7 centimeters. So it's 3 centimeters above. What else do we want to look at? Let's just look at the side spin. Interestingly, R10, 175 of draw, and GC2 actually showing 228 fade, which is what it felt like. That's the stats view over to the right, and you can click on and customize all the stats that you want by clicking on that, so you can get the kind of layout that you need. And if we go back and I'll go to the left, I can see what a horrific swing it was. There we go, and you can go back and analyze it and think, and it just automatically loops the video. So if I go back without having to press any buttons, hit another set 9, it will automatically record a new swing. So let me do a. There we go, very different swing. That is not my swing, don't you dare critique that one. That was just to show, to avoid any doubt, that is actually a different swing. And again, you can go back and critique the data. We're not going to particularly look into that one. I'm going to hit a few 3-woods because I still did see a few low launch angles, which I do hit the ball low anyhow. I've actually got 2 new clubs arriving, 3 new clubs, so I'll be showing them later. So that's a decent strike for me. Let's compare some of the data. What we've got, if I go to the data tab, is the carry 230, 227, you know, so close. Launch angle, let me look at launch angle, launch direction 0.5 left on R10, 1.2 left on GC2, close. Launch angle 8.3 on R10, 7.3, so actually lower on the GC2. Backspin 254, and backspin a lot higher on the GC2, 3,500. Side spin 284 of draw on the R10, and side spin of 61 of fade on the GC2. So interestingly, slightly different, but I did watch the video that Gung Ho Golf, I think it was, he put out, where they were hitting quite a few 3-woods, and they were teeing it up, so it is a bit different. I always hit mine off the deck, even if it's a par 3. And it was just interesting to see the figures. I do wonder if a better golfer than myself is hitting shots out the middle of the club, if it does deliver better results. That's low. That is low. And it's still showing like, yeah, 4 degrees. I'm hoping the launch angle will be quite good. Not too bad, all things considered, not too bad at all in terms of consistency, which is what I want to see. Now the carry, 206 for GC2 versus 173 is a fair difference, but you know, just a 1 or 2 degrees launch angle when it's that low would make that difference. So launch angle is showing 4.1 on the GC2. It's showing 2.8 on the R10, so a fair bit of difference. Again, the spin is about 900 to 1,000 lower on the R10 with the 3-wood. Angle of attack, why not cover that? Where is that on here? Angle of attack. 5.2 down with the R10, 5.3 down with HMT. That's very close. Path, club path. I should have sorted this out so I can see it better. Club path 0.6 out to in on R10. Club path 0.6 out to in on HMT. Very, very close numbers there. Very impressive actually. Oh, that's a hack. This is doing a perfect video. I don't know what 3-wood used to be my favourite club about a year ago. Don't know what's happened in the last few weeks. Anyhow, we didn't get the HMT data, but again, just to look at things like backspin 2,000 versus 3,300, so 1,300 difference on the backspin. Side spin GC2 showing that as a proper hoik right, which it was. And fading, and side spin 500 right on R10. So all things pretty good. Let me go back. I did say I was showing the video. So here's my last 3-wood swing, which was horrid. You guys tell me what I did wrong. I don't know. You know what you think. I'll get a lesson with Shanky within 10 minutes to have me fixed. There we go. Better strike again. Massive difference here. This is a big difference in the shot. Having had one that was just so close, we've now got one that the ball flights will be so different. You can see on the showy range down the bottom left, the biggest white dot is the last shot. It's showing that it drew and ended up 18 yards offline to the left of target. If we look at the ball flight on the R10, it's showing that it went right. I don't know, I haven't looked. Does it show you the offline? Does it show you offline deviation? No. Is that the number? No, I don't think it shows offline, but you can see that it would have been, you know, yards apart. So going through the data, 206 carry on R10, 225 carry on GC2. I'm guessing that would be launch angle. Let's have a look. 7.8 GC2, 6.8, so that 1 degree difference. Launch direction 1.3 right on R10, 0.9 right on GC2. There will be minor alignment, but I honestly don't believe the alignment is the biggest issue in terms of the numbers. You know, they're pretty well aligned, but that's just my opinion. Looking at side spin, 444 fade on the R10. It didn't feel like that. And the GC2 is showing 600 of draw, which it did feel like, but that's just with my experience of, you know, the golf that I do play. Backspin, pretty close, 150 odd difference. Path, let's look at club path. Club path 2.3 out to in on the R10, 2.6 into out on the GC2, so significant difference. Let's look at the swing, because that's the whole point of the video. Allegedly. That felt all right to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm not so I don't have a great swing, but it didn't feel bad. I always felt the results are slightly better than the aesthetics of my swing. What else do we want to hit then? We've done a few. Let me hit a long iron. So, where's my 4 iron? There it is. Under the driver. Is it 4 iron? Yeah, but that's a lovely strike for me. A little bit pulled. Again, difference in ball flights here. We'll see them. If you look on the Shoei app, you'll see the biggest white dot shows that it had a bit of draw on the GC2. If we look on the R10, it's showing the same kind of ball flight, but with fade. Looking through the numbers, well, I'll go to the swing first. Let's have a look at the numbers. We've got carry 199 on R10, 206 GC2. We've got a launch angle, so that's not that bad difference. I'd be happy with 7 yards for the 4 iron difference, especially for money. Launch direction 0.3 right, launch direction 1.1 left. So interestingly, that's probably more out than any of the other clubs I've hit. Launch angle 10.4 on the R10, launch angle of 11.7, so just that difference, only 1 and a bit degrees, but that difference probably means that carry distance. Side spin 244 draw on the GC2, and it's showing 250 of fade. So as I say, very similar ball flights in the opposite directions. Left to right, right to left. I think one more of these. Oh, did I show my swing? I can't remember if I did. I think I did. And I hit a few wedges. Again, it felt a lovely strike, that one. So, what have we got? We have got 207, I mean, that was dead straight. 207 carry GC2, 199. Let's go straight to launch angle to see if that's the reason why. Launch angle 11.9 on the R10, and it's showing 13.2. So again, that 1 and a bit degrees, that's why it's carrying further. Looking at backspin, 3,449 versus 3,200. I'd be happy with that. Side spin, 24 draw, so pretty straight, you know, damn straight shot there. And side spin, 762 of fade on the R10. That's the shot and the read that I've got issues with. Within my environment, with the way I play golf. Let's look at the swing, and this will be the final thing I show. Because I felt it was quite a nice one. There we go. All right, useful? Don't know. Hopefully useful for people. Actually, I'm not even showing the ball on that video, but it's fine. You know, it may not be. I'm delighted to see all the testing, as I say, other guys are doing, like going out golf. And the more information out there, the better it is that we can learn how we can do things better, tweak things in the setup. The more Garmin get involved, which I haven't seen a great deal of yet. Again, I'd love them to get in contact with me and let me have a chance to talk to someone who's got kind of product expertise around it, and I'll share that. And I'll continue to do testing on a nice calm day. I'll get the GC2 HMT and the R10 back out on the range and record ball flights and get somebody using a good camera to be able to kind of capture the different ball flights outdoors. Because when I took them yesterday, you know, it's the first time I've actually taken the GC2 outdoors, believe it or not. And I felt it was believable on most shots. It had a couple of reads where I didn't, and I actually favoured the R10's result. But it's difficult because that's such a strong left to right wind. So to qualify whether it was a 700 draw versus a 1400 draw, that was very difficult to tell. On a calm day, it'll be better. Okie doke. Again, please let me know if these are helpful, if you want me to carry on doing them, if you want me to do something else. or if you'd rather never see my horrible swing again, like the Golf WRX guys. Goodbye.